Top of the morning to you folks. The seagulls are squawking, the sun is starting to rise over New York, and that means one thing, Bob. It's time to kick off a second season of American Hedgehog Warrior. Now, as many of you know, this series was born just about a year ago when my party business, Knockerball and More, was shut down thanks to COVID-19. A silly video of my hedgehog and our mascot, Pepper, went viral, and it evolved into 7 different obstacle courses and a new hog named Tuck that joined the crew. Now, Pepper sadly crossed the Rainbow Bridge to hog heaven back in December, but since then I've added a 6-month-old little lady named Coco to the family. So as a tribute to Pepper and because business is still pretty slow, here we go again. Now, Pepper's protege Coco is quite active, so we'll see if she can follow in her legendary paw prints while she and the big boy Tuck compete to see who, if anyone, can get through the course and down the super slide into the ball pit the fastest. Now, the clock starts once a paw touches Mount Hogmore and stops when they hit the pillow in the ball pit. A great start for Coco as she gets right up the mountain. Now, if you've seen season 1, you'll likely recall the double barrel bridge, which hilariously needed to be upgraded to the triple barrel bridge for Tuck the Tank. So no surprises, Coco makes it down no problem, and boom, down goes Harry the Hedgehog, as Coco is not playing games here, Bob. She's already through the purple pints and doesn't even hesitate to scurry across the wobbly wooden walkway on her way to the sofa. And it looks like she is hitting her first snag as she struggles a bit to climb over the green cups, much like Pepper did, rather than just follow the intended path through them. But it looks like she figures it out and missed the opening as she can't resist the urge to stick her schnoz into just about every cup that's in front of her. It'll be interesting, Bob, to see if this distraction ends up hurting her in the end, because she was moving along at a rapid pace as we approach 50 seconds on the clock. It looks like she's back on track as you briefly saw the floating hand spotter, which is always nearby, as she scales the cushion side of Pool Noodle Mountain. And for those who don't know, hedgehogs do not have good vision, so while these obstacles may not seem too challenging, it's all the more impressive that they're able to navigate using their other senses. And folks, she's already on the recliner and just needs to go down the super slide to stop the clock, and there she goes. No fear in this feisty female as she finishes with a very impressive time of 1 minute and 14 seconds, setting the bar quite high for the tank. And we're going with a little different style this season with highlights and replays after the race rather than during the race as we watch the playback via the Mount Hogmore cam. And just like Pepper and Tuck, Coco did not appreciate that Harry the Hedgehog was hindering her as she headed into the path of the purple pints. She knocks him to the ground and continues along her merry way unfazed. And here we see her greatest distraction of the course, where her desire to stick her nose into each cup ended up costing her several seconds, where she would have been close to a minute, Bob. So she's hoping that doesn't come back to bite her after Tuck takes his shot at the course. And Pool Noodle Mountain was no challenge whatsoever for Coco, as she didn't even pause, and she finally does a great job positioning herself at the top of the super slide to coast down and finish the course. Pepper must be looking down with pride, so well done, Coco, with a very impressive time, 1 minute, 14 seconds. Now let's see what Tuck the Tank can do next as he is getting ready at the starting line. And here he goes. Now, while Tuck may look a little tubby, don't let it fool you, folks. He's around 1 year old and he's weighing in at about 800 grams compared to Coco coming in at 340 grams, but he's held his own against some tough hedgies like Bruce Quillis and Snoop Hoggy Hog, so he's not the type to back down from any challenger. And he makes it up Mount Hogmore pretty impressively, and as mentioned, we needed to add the third lane to the double barrel bridge before he agreed to proceed. But one thing about Tuck, though, is he's not easily distracted by many things as he bumps Harry the Hedgehog out of his way and waddles through the path of the purple pints up onto the wobbly wooden walkway as we pass the 30-second mark, making great time so far. And unlike Coco, he follows the intended path through the green cups, but seems he maybe got distracted by her scent as he climbs over a couple cups as well. He tiptoes across Cup Holder Canyon, still maintaining a steady pace as we pass the 45-second mark on his way up and over Pool Noodle Mountain with relative ease. Now remember, folks, the time to beat is 1 minute, 14 seconds as he's now heading up to the armrest, approaching 1 minute with the super slide and the sweet taste of victory within his reach. This one is going to come down to the wire, Bob, as he gently drops down to the recliner. He just needs to position himself on the super slide, and I can't believe it. 1 minute, 13 seconds. Take me home, mama, and put me to bed. I have seen enough to know I have seen too much. An unbelievable victory for the tank by less than 1 second. You saw it with your own eyes, folks. Let's check out some of these highlights of Tuck's journey to victory. For those asking about their motivation or wondering about treats, I have offered plenty, but they're not baited to do the course at all. They both love to free roam on the ground, so that's their motivation to figure out how to get through it, and their reward for getting down to the ball pit as we take a look at Tuck making Pool Noodle Mountain look like a molehill, much like Coco did. And then, of course, we see him center himself on the super slide to victory. Unbelievable job, you big galoot. And a round of applause for Coco as well for crushing her maiden voyage as a warrior. You've both made Pepper proud. Be sure to follow my friends Call Me Pepper on Facebook and Instagram, and check out our other American Hedgehog Warrior courses on YouTube. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time, folks.